Hello, everybody. My part in this new upgrade for us going to Windows 10 is training. This is what I was assigned to do. So, just a few things. As you all know, we have decided to go with Windows 10 over Windows 8.1. The hardware and current server infrastructure fits within our needs for Windows 10. The OS has already been tested, and I think you all will love the new interface. I can talk this up to you, as much as I can, but that's really not what I'm here for. I'm here for this word right here, training. So, a reason why training is important. Training is for anything that you do is vital to a successful career. Some of you may think that this Windows version is just like 7 or 8.1, but it's not. Most of you may have Windows 8 at home and either love or hate it. While there are definitely similarities, there are major differences as well that need to be discussed. Improper node training is poor quality of work. So what happens when you don't train? As you all know, we're upgrading from, like I said, Windows XP to Windows 10, and you're going past a couple of other different versions from that. Some people work Windows 7 at home. Like I said, some people have Windows 8. Windows 10 is the most recent version of Windows that just came out, and it's completely different from all three I mentioned: XP, 7, and 8. Because we're moving to a new interface, there has to be a period of adjustment. The projected deadline for the rollout, from what I've heard, is August 28th of this year. Today is May the 1st, which gives us almost pretty much 4 months to prepare. Although I don't foresee any issues arising, anything is subject to happen. Training generally goes from 2 to 6 weeks, depending on the company and the task that they're asking people to accomplish. Training for an upgrade to a new operating system shouldn't take more than a week, no matter the technical aptitude of the employee. And the reason I say that is because with upgrading and stuff like this, there are people always going to have questions. It's always going to happen, but pretty much I say practice makes perfect. It may seem scary at first, but I promise you, it's really not. So you may ask, how am I going to accomplish pretty much having everybody have a smooth upgrade from Windows 7, or sorry, not Windows 7, but Windows XP to Windows 10? And just to put a few things out there, personally, I think Windows 10 is the easiest and smoothest operating system that Microsoft has made. That's my opinion. There's not a lot to swallow here aside from a few GUI differences. GUI, if you don't know, graphical user interface. I have been working on training documentation that I will show bits and pieces of today. Um, Also, I plan on giving hands-on training with PowerPoint listening development. There will be short quizzes that I will assign per day. Testing the knowledge of each employee, making sure that they're retaining what I'm doing, or retaining what I'm teaching them. And I don't expect everyone to be experts. I think just basic knowledge is great that will help you succeed in this company. So basic knowledge of how a computer works, and at least some of the parts, identifying stuff, so that way when you have issues with stuff, it can reduce the amount of time that IT has to come and help you. We can pretty much come provide you with support and get out of your way, and that'll be it. So the timeline that I'm proposing of the training, it'll start approximately on July the 10th. Gives a time frame of 7 weeks, which should be more than enough time for everyone to grasp the concept of Windows 10. What I'm going to do, I'm going to offer an optional 1 week training period starting June the 19th, and it'll run to that Friday. If enough people sign up, I will do it. It'll teach computer basics such as shortcut keys, memorizing the keyboard, etc. So shortcut keys such as highlighting something and copying and pasting instead of highlighting the whole thing, then having to right click and copy, because you'd be surprised how many people don't know basic stuff like that. So I won't mind offering that 1 week of just you know computer basics for anyone that really just wants to get basic computer knowledge. Training will last 1 week for each department. All employees will be shown new features such as the conversion of the new start menu, how to find folders, etc. What I've seen, we have 7 departments. IT is included as a department, but of course we're IT, so we're pretty much creating all this stuff for you. So we don't need the training. We're going to pretty much be, dishing out all the information that we have to you guys. So the closer to the time of rollout, I would think will be better. So that way people can retain all information. Times will also be depending on each shift. I will make both videos and have in-person interaction for those needing to do so. I will make a conference call slash video to each department as well. I think the best way to do it, whatever I pretty much I can do, one day I can do a night, or I can do, one day I can be, training during the day shift, and then the next I can train during the night shift, and pretty much just alternate. So if I'm on day shift and night shift, and get video, so that way I can come in the next night and then answer any questions that they may have. That way it can give me a little bit of a break and give you guys some time to kind of just grasp the concept and then come back with any questions that you may have. So June the 19th, as I stated before, I'm going to give the optional week of training, computer basics, i.e. hardware knowledge, mouse, keyboard, shortcuts, etc. July 10th through the 14th, I will be training the administrative officers. Of course, I feel like they need the training first because they're the ones that are going to be, when we have visitors or people coming in to, either tour the company or big people coming. These are the first people, that someone sees. They see, the front desk receptionist or the front desk receptionist assistant. So, they need that training first. July 17th to the 21st, we're going to do finance. Finance, of course, pretty much does your, pretty much is like your HR does all your paychecks. Um, July 24th to the 28th, we're going to have sales. The 31st to August the 4th, we'll have the main processing facility train. August the 7th to the 11th is going to be shipping and receiving. August the 14th through the 18th is going to be R&D and facilities and maintenance. And then the 21st to the 25th is just going to be, and I'm gonna elaborate more on that. It's just going to be like a review week. So it's just going to be one additional week. If anybody wants to come in and have like a repeat, want to do another lecture, have some more hands-on experience, feel free to come in and do so at that time. So you may be asking, what if I don't retain the information that I'm giving you? So as I just stated, the week before the official rollout, there will be a refresher course review for anyone feeling uncomfortable still with the new operating system. I also will have knowledge bases set up for the entire organization. So all basic knowledge, I'm working on, creating a knowledge base, having, different documents set up for you. So any question that you will have will be answered by the knowledge base. So that way, you'll be able to assist, customers, and you won't have to always have to, not saying that it's bad to bug your manager, but just so that way you can avoid having to be on a long hold time, or whatever, in case you're assisting somebody else. And if anyone feels that additional training or refresher is needed, feel free to stop in on one of the training sessions that I'm already offering another department. Just because I'm doing something for another department doesn't mean you still can't come in and maybe learn something else concerning the operating system. Or you can also sign up for that week of August 21st to the 25th. That one I'm still going to end up doing that one. That one's not optional. I'm definitely going to have that. So if you want to, feel free to sign up. I'm going to be here regardless for that week. So please make sure you get approval from your department supervisor before attending one of the meetings for another department. So, like I said, the delivery methods, for this training that I'm going to be proposing to people is, like I said, the knowledge base gives information and answers to FAQs, and some people may see the knowledge base as a crutch. If you see it that way, then that's fine. But I feel like that's taken away from you. If you really have a question, refer to the knowledge base. That's what it's there for. We need that information so that way we can make sure we know, this is what people are using. People actually are using this, so the resource is definitely useful. I can provide hands-on training, which allows the employee to practice, different things within the OS. Lecture, which will allow the employee to make their own personal KB to reference in case of any networking issues, because as you all know, technology is not perfect. Anything can go down at any time, whether it be someone might have tripped a switch accidentally, we're working on something and the internet can be brought down just for upgrades, or maybe someone just didn't pay the bill, and the bill needs to be paid and it needs to be cut back on. Hands out of PowerPoints mentioned in a lecture video. I can do that. I also believe that through these delivery methods, I feel like the transition should run, pretty smooth. So to give you an example of the training that I'm going to be giving, one glaring difference between Windows 7 and 8.1 was a start menu. You have some people that loved it and some people that hated it. Windows 7 has a basic start menu in which you could click on the lower left hand corner and options would be available. Windows 8 converted the tiles, which made it easier for those that are more visual. I feel that was also in conjunction with their phone release as well. Most of you may not know, but Windows did release a phone and it had the Windows 8 interface. And the Windows 8 interface on a phone or a tablet is perfect, but on a computer, not so much. So most do not know, but there is an option to switch to either with Windows 10, depending on which one you like more. You can do that. So to give an example, the Windows 7 start menu looked just like this, as you can see. It had, when you click on the start menu in the lower left hand corner, you can see that it just pretty much brings up your basic start menu, start options, bam, you're good to go. So the difference between this and the Windows 8, which a lot of people absolutely hated, was you had all these tiles, all these tiles, and people were like, "What in the world am I going to do with all these tiles? They're annoying. How do I get them off my screen? God help me! I'm about to just bash my brains in." That's how some people felt with Windows 8. So with Windows 10, the way we've already configured it for you guys, when you first log in, your start menu will automatically be configured to match what is shown on the right. If you notice closely, this mirrors what Windows 7 looks like, but mixes in Windows 8 as well, because yeah, you have that start menu from Windows 7, but you also have the tiles combined into one. And you can choose to keep it this way or toggle to a more Windows 8 interface. And the way I'm going to do that, I'm actually going to show you. So these are instructions right here. So pretty much, I'm going to give you a quick little tutorial. So to change it to your liking for the Windows 8 people, what you can do is you you left click right here, and then you'll see settings. As soon as it pops up, you should see personalization. Now I'll go back and show you guys that just to make sure everything is working correctly. So you click here, click on settings, and you'll see personalization, which is the fourth tab. You're going to go to start menu. So what you'll do is you'll scroll down, you'll see what says use start full screen. So what this does is it gives you a Windows 8 interface. As you can see here, which a lot of people did not like because of the way the tiles were. But you have some of you guys that can adapt and you like it better this way. And you've got your menu here, and you've pretty much got the apps from here. Now to go back and change that, what you'll need to do is go back into your settings, go back to personalization, go to start, uncheck it, bam. And as you see, all the options right here, all the directions right here that I just verbally gave are shown right here. Start menu, settings, personalization, and the start screen. And other applications that'll be covered, we have Cortana, File Explorer, Control Panel, the toolbar / charms. Charms were used in Windows 8. They're no longer, I don't see them here. The default apps, setting up your personal email, and how to map needed network drives that may come up in the future. So in closing, for those of us that are tech savvy, this conversion from Windows XP, sorry, not Ubuntu, to Windows 10 may be a bit of a challenge. However, I think most, if not all of us, have Windows machines at home. Windows is easy to learn. I'm here to make sure that it stays that way. There is no need to panic. I am not here just to teach you. I'm here to listen as well, because there may be things you can teach me that I don't know, and I can definitely pass it along to other departments that may need that same thing from you. So this concludes our presentation. If you don't have any other questions, thank you and have a good one.